Charles B.J. Snyder was an American architect, architectural engineer, and mechanical engineer in the field of urban school building design and construction. He is widely recognized for his leadership, innovation, and transformation of school building construction process, design, and quality during his tenure as Superintendent of School Buildings for the New York City Board of Education between 1891 and 1923. Background: Snyder was born November 4, 1860, in Stillwater, New York. He was the middle of three children born to George I. Snyder and Charity Ann Snyder. His two siblings, both sisters, were Ella G. Snyder and Katie Snyder. He completed public schooling in Stillwater, New York. In 1879, he arrived in New York City, and worked 4 years with builders in preparation for his profession. In 1883, he began the practice of architecture. Snyder earned 2 credentials from Cooper Union Technical Schools, Cooper Union Free Night School of Science, Class C, 3rd year, May 28, 1881, Certificate, Practical Geometry, and Cooper Union School of Art, May 28, 1884, Certificate, Elementary Architectural Drawing. For the mid to later 1880s, Snyder worked with William E. Bishop, a New York City master carpenter. Little is known about Bishop. Beginning more than a decade before Snyder's birth, Bishop maintained a lifelong hobby as a volunteer fireman and held positions of leadership in various fireman companies. Superintendent of School Buildings. At its last meeting of the school year, July 8, 1891, the New York City Board of Education elected Snyder as Superintendent of Buildings, to succeed George W. de Beauvois, who had resigned. Of the 13 votes cast, Snyder received 12. It's not clear how Snyder won the support, but he may have had a connection with the banker Robert McClay, head of the Board of Education's Building Committee. Snyder named his younger son, Robert McClay, for the time of his appointment until the consolidation of the city of Greater New York in 1898. Snyder oversaw Manhattan and the Bronx. On January 1, 1898, the city of New York consolidated with the city of Brooklyn, the county of New York, the county of Richmond, and the western portion of the county of Queens. After the consolidation, Snyder retained his position as Superintendent of School Buildings for the NYCBO. School design innovations. Snyder saw school buildings as civic monuments for a better society. He was concerned with health and safety issues in public schools and focused on fire protection, ventilation, lighting, and classroom size. Snyder used terracotta blocks in floor construction to improve fireproofing, and larger numerous windows to allow more light and air into the classrooms. He also developed new methods for mechanical air circulation in school buildings. The problem of school design in New York was compounded by the relatively constricted sites which were necessitated by the high cost of land acquisition. The H-plan design was first implemented by Snyder on a school in 1898 and was inspired by the Hôtel de Cluny in Paris, which Snyder had seen in 1896. In 1896, Snyder began designing his first H-plan, which provided 2 side courts. Snyder's H-plan improved the overall environmental quality by, among other things, allowing generous light and fresh air into classrooms, and it featured a grand courtyard entrance. It also provided areas between the wings that were safe for recreation. The use of steel skeleton framing for buildings over 4 stories allowed for cheaper and faster construction as well as an increased span of window openings. Because of the need to produce many buildings in a short time, Snyder's office improved the design and planning ideas of earlier schools and sometimes used the same basic design for several schools. Snyder reorganized the deputy superintendents so that each was responsible for a single part of the building, such as design and planning, heating and ventilating, electricity, plumbing and drainage, furniture, and inspection and records, and each reported directly to him. Retirement. In 1922, Snyder began openly exploring retirement. He said that he hadn't had a vacation in 18 years and was tired and completely worn out, and that it was time to go fishing. On July 1, 1923, Snyder officially retired. He was succeeded by another noted school architect. Snyder helped train William H. Gompert. Notable architecture. Note: schools are listed by their original designation. As superintendent, Snyder is credited with the design of over 400 structural projects, including more than 140 elementary schools. Snyder worked in several styles, including Beaux-Arts, English Collegiate Gothic, Jacobean, and Dutch Colonial. He preferred mid-block locations away from busy and polluted avenues. One of his signature motifs was to design spaces for learning that would offer a respite from noisy streets and poverty. Elementary schools. The Bronx Public Schools 17, now City Island Museum. PS 27 NYC Landmark. PS 28A, K.A. The Mount Hope School. A plaque at the entrance verifies that Snyder was the architect, designing it in 1896-7, but the numeric designation on the plaque is altered. PS 31 NYC Landmark. PS 32 in Little Italy area, 183rd and Beaumont. A beautiful red brick, terracotta and amp gargoyle redstone Gothic structure. PS 50,172nd and Vise Avenue, Brooklyn. PS 157, 850 Kent Avenue. PS 133, 375 Butler Street. PS 130, 70 Ocean Parkway. PS 132, 320 Manhattan Avenue, Manhattan. PS 1, Alfred E. Smith School. This building featured what some believe was the world's first rooftop playground. PS 9, now PS 811, PS 23, now a community center that houses, among other things, the Chen Dance Center. PS 42, PS 61, PS 64 NYC Landmark. PS 67, later HS of Performing Arts, later Liberty HS, currently Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis High School NYC Landmark. PS 90, built in 1905. The building had been abandoned for several decades, but artistic graffiti transformed the fence and walls into a shrine honoring several deceased renowned African Americans. On April 4, 2008, the city deeded the property to West 147th Associates LLC, a condominium entity created in 2004 by the developer. With little fanfare, the developer, L+M Development Partners Inc., commenced construction of mixed-income condominiums. The aim is to refurbish the original facade and keep the H-pattern design intact. The building is now addressed to 17 West 147th Street, PS 95, now HS 560 City as School. PS 109, now El Barrio S Art Space. PS 109, an affordable housing project for artists. National Register. PS 110, PS 150, later Hunter College Model School, later Machine Roof Metal Trades HS, currently Life Sciences Secondary School. PS 160, now home to Clemente Soto VE Acute LEZ Cultural and Educational Center. PS 157, apartments since 1990, about to convert into a co-op. National Register. PS 165, now housing Selective Middle School Mott Hall 2 in addition to the Robert E. Simon School, which is a pre-K through 8 school. PS 166, NYC Landmark. PS 168, now a community health facility. PS 171, now PS, is 171, the Patrick Henry School. Built 1899. PS 186, in 1975 this structure was so run down that parents held protests and the city opened a new school across the street. The Convent Avenue Baptist Church bought it January 1986 with the intention of creating a new space for its M.L. Wilson Boys Club. The mortgage was satisfied February 2006. But, as of 2008, no improvement have been made and the building is still vacant. The contract between the New York County Local Development Corporation and the M.L. Wilson Boys Club required that significant development be completed on the property within 3 years of the contract date. Queens Public Schools 66 National Register. Staten Island PS 28, Richmond Town Historical Society NYC Landmark. High Schools. The Bronx Morris High School NYC Landmark. Brooklyn Erasmus Hall High School NYC Landmark. Manhattan Trade School for Girls. Stuyvesant High School, the Second Home NYC Landmark. Washington Irving High School. DeWitt Clinton High School, now Harron Hall on the campus of John Jay College of Criminal Justice. It was the largest high school building in the United States when it opened in 1903. Wadley High School for Girls, later Wadley JHS 88 NYC Landmark. Queens Newtown High School NYC Landmark. Flushing High School NYC Landmark. National Register. Staten Island Curtis High School NYC Landmark. Structural additions. Brooklyn 1912 addition to Girls High School. Manhattan PS 72, later PS 107, now Burgers Cultural Center. NYC Landmark. Staten Island PS 4, Curtis High School completed 1904, still standing. Demolished structures. The Bronx 24th Ward School, later Evander Childs High School Annex, later Rest Haven Nursing Home. Manhattan PS 6. Professional affiliations. Snyder joined the American Society of Heating and Ventilating Engineers in 1895, served on its Board of Governors from 1900 to 1904, and was elected president in 1907. He joined the American Institute of Architects in 1901 and was elevated to Fellow in 1905. Family and personal life. There is no known record indicating what his two middle initials stand for. Snyder married Harriet Catherine DeVries on September 11, 1889, at the home of the bride's parents in Jersey City Heights. They had two sons, Howard Halsey Snyder and Robert McClay Snyder. Snyder was a member of the Cain Lodge No. 454, Free and Accepted Masons, the Jerusalem Chapter No. 8, Royal Archmasons, Order of Haragari, Martha Lodge No. 1830 of Union Hill, New Jersey, and the Royal Arcanum Huguenot Council No. 397. Snyder died November 14, 1945, with his son, Robert, when they were overcome with natural gas poisoning, or carbon monoxide, or both, in their cottage in Babylon, New York. Apparently, upon retiring for the evening, the Snyders had lit the burners on the range oven to heat the rooms, but during the night the flame had been extinguished, possibly by a draft. The elder Snyder was 85, the son was 51. They both are buried in a family plot in Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx, New York City. Publications and presentations: Alfred Dwight Foster Hamlin, Charles B.J.Snyder, Modern Schoolhouses, a series of authoritative articles on planning, sanitation, heating and ventilation. The Sweatland Publishing Co., Municipal Engineers of the City of New York. Proceedings of the Municipal Engineers of the City of New York, 1904.